Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage. My name is Jimmy Cage. You know what? I actually prefer it like this.
What? You didn't even ask me what's wrong with...
Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage.
And I'm Deniz, the Buddymeister.
We have reviewed almost 500 Indian movies on the channel, and today's one was once again picked directly for us by one of our awesome Masalameister tier supporters. Vijay Akineni has chosen the 1980 Hindi language legal drama Aakrosh. It was the directorial debut by Govind Nihalani, who previously worked as a director of cinematography, and as a matter of fact, he did all the camera work for the Shyam Benegal movies up until that point. Mm-hmm. And he also does the cinematography for his own films, I think for all of his films. I just checked a few, but I think for all of his films. And of the films he directed, we have already seen Party from 1984, and I have also watched and reviewed his third film, Art Satya. Aakrosh, which can be translated as Outrage, won the National Film Award for Best Feature Film in Hindi, the Golden Peacock at the International Film Festival of India, as well as several Filmfare Awards. Written by Vijay Tendulkar, who also wrote Nishant by Shyam Benegal, which we already covered, and he also wrote Govind Nihalani's Art Satya. The music was composed by Ajit Varman, and who is in the film, Buddymeister?
The movie starring Naseeruddin Shah, Puri, Puri, and Smita Patil in a rather small role. Yeah, but she's like credited everywhere. As like
there's also a poster where she's front and center.
I didn't even recognize her because it's like I mean it's not like
she's great in the
but she's a few seconds maybe
just a few seconds
It's about a public prosecutor that discovers the harsh realities about life of the scheduled tribes in India during the 1980s, while defending a case of a tribesman who's charged of murdering his wife. Yeah, the public prosecutor is... the public prosecutor? But isn't the prosecutor Amrish Puri?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
he's
the harsh realities.
Lawyer.
Okay, Bhaskar, the defense lawyer, is played by Naseeruddin Shah.
Yeah.
The tribesman that's charged of murdering his wife is Puri.
Puri,
And
exactly.
The murdered wife is Smita Patil. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jimmy.
Yeah. What should I say? Pretty powerful film.
Yeah.
Pretty... I think it's a pretty great film. Mm-hmm. I didn't love it completely from beginning to end, but I think the reason for that is mainly that it's a very old movie and it tackles a topic that we have seen addressed in a lot of movies until now. So it still has a lot of power. It still moves you. But I think in 1980, when you've watched it in 1980, I think the effect was way bigger. Now, because we have seen a lot of films that deal with a topic like this, it was a little bit predictable at it. You know how this would go. Yeah. And then with a runtime of 2 hours and 20 minutes, there were some moments where I thought, this is really, really, really slow paced. Yeah. And I get the point. Let's move on a little bit faster. But I think that's not really so much a flaw of the movie. It's more now coming to the movie so many years later. But overall, I thought this was a pretty damn good movie. Yeah,
I thought so too. Very good movie. And I thought that, just like you said, that this movie probably had a different kind of impact in 1980. Because I thought maybe because of this legal drama, these courtroom scenes where we really have get this insight into how these people work. Maybe this is something that people haven't seen that much at the time. I don't know, but it could possibly be one of the factors why this movie probably had a much bigger impact than now. But we've seen, like you said, we've seen a lot of movies with this topic, with the same outcome. Like this movie has. But it's still a very powerful, thoughtful movie. It's very expressive in in the slowness that it has. It's still so expressive. For me, it felt like sometimes it felt like a game of chess or something. Like we have these different chess figures, the public prosecutor, the defense lawyer, the accused, then there's a doctor, there's a politician, all these, and like these chess pieces are moving, but the accused has no chance of winning in this case, and I don't know, in all this slowness, it still was very intense and not like boring or anything, because it was written very well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the players are moving, yet it's pretty much just to
a rigged game.
A rigged game, and just to preserve the status quo. Because this is a movie about caste issues, about the privileged people, the people in power, and they of course want to keep it just like that. And it's about the impotence of the underprivileged, which is of course very strong in this film, because Puri's character doesn't say a word up until I think like 40 minutes into the movie, and then it's just in a flashback. So Puri is absolutely fantastic here. He does so much with just his face, with his eyes.
Piercing eyes.
He looks so troubled, so traumatized, so oppressed. There's nothing he can do, and that's of course the main subject matter here, that these people are completely helpless. And it's great that we have Naseeruddin Shah as a protagonist, who is an idealist, and it's even said like that in the movie. And I think the social worker tells him, you're an idealist. And that was also pretty great for me personally, because I could relate to his character very much. We are also privileged people, and I'm also kind of an optimist and think, hey, let me help you. And if you just say something, or if I discover the right clues and know the facts about this case, we will solve this and justice will prevail. And I'm also kind of Naseeruddin Shah's character and think, hey, come on, help me, and then we can do this together. But the movie is of course very much about that's not working in this case, because reality is like, you can have your ideals, but the system is so strong, the people in power are so many, they are also connected. Like you said, we have the doctor. We have I don't know. There are so many different.
There are some politicians in there, I think, or they are like in some kind of maybe business that deals with houses. I don't know, with something or with landowners.
Landowners. It's connected everything, and these people are just. And I liked it so much that Naseeruddin Shah's character is always like, no, I don't want any money. I'm getting paid by the government. And it's like this, look, the justice system is fair for everyone, and you don't have to pay me. I will work for you, and look how great the justice system is. But the reality is, no, it's not great at all. And it's just, I don't know, it's it looks like it's fair. But it's absolutely not. And the underprivileged, they know that, and they have long, I don't know, resigned. They have complete
distrust in anything. They have nothing, and it's like this. This even I thought, why isn't he talking? Please talk. Because there are these like little glimpses of hope where you think maybe Bhaskar is like, if he digs a little bit deeper, maybe there will be some kind of solution. Maybe Lahanya Bhikkhu, the character from Puri, maybe there's hope that he can like get his freedom. But because there is this one scene where Bhaskar is questioning a witness, and there are these little inconsistencies in the witness statement. But it gets to nothing, because like even the judge says, we talk about it tomorrow, but tomorrow this one will be briefed, and he won't be saying anything.
And he never showed up again, I think.
He never shows up. And it's also interesting that like this whole, maybe let's call it conspiracy, or in the background that all these like higher class people are working together. It's something like that comes in very subtle in this movie. I mean, you know that that's probably something rigged, but you understand, okay, Bhaskar is being followed, then somebody tells him, man, we have a better job for you, maybe you can you can work over there. And he's not shaken by all these people, which is nice, but he's still he's still at one point, maybe even only at the end, but he understands, okay, I can't do nothing here.
Spoiler alert, but the movie's pretty old. We will talk about the ending later. It's a crime drama. It's also, at least for the first half, a little bit of a crime mystery. But it's really not that important. In the first half, I was like, he's trying to investigate and what really happened. But then the movie is very blatant, and there's just one character who tells
him the truth.
Exactly what happened, because it's not so much about the excitement of finding out what really happened, and you can already guess anyway that Puri is probably innocent, and that something horrible happened, and that it's pretty obvious, and it's really more about the whole inhumane system and society in which the underprivileged are victimized by the ones in power. And I also like this crass contrast between Puri's character, who's so traumatized and not saying a word. And then we have these scenes where the upper class people are coming together and just playing cards and chit-chatting and
smoking, talking.
And you can really feel the decadence, and like they are so pleased with themselves. There's also this wonderful scene with a small, it's not a guest appearance because she wasn't a star at that point, but Rima Lagu is the name. She's the dancer. You know her from Ham Apke Korn. She has this very round face, and she's the dancer. It was one of her earliest roles, and they are all looking at her like this, I don't know, really gaping at her. And it's the editing is really great in that sequence, and Naseeruddin Shah's character comes to the place and spectates, and they are so pleased with themselves because they know they have absolutely nothing to fear. And for the ones who try to, I don't know, shake the system, Naseeruddin Shah's character, I mean, even though he has kind of trust in the system because he thinks, the system will work if people just help me. But for people like him, there's this atmosphere of not paranoia because it's really happening, but of there's a constant threat, and they try to intimidate him, and he gets followed, and
he needs police security. He can't sleep, and there's there's this complete difference between his life and the life of Dushan, I think is the name of Amrish Puri's character. Because, like we said, when they play cards and stuff like that, it's like this complete distance or separation to what is actually happening in the world. Because he's like, I mean, the Amrish Puri's character is like he's a veteran prosecutor who's like seen everything, and he's like more or less calculated and cold, and he only goes by the facts and by the proof. And he's of course the complete opposite of Bhaskar, who's this young and upcoming lawyer who's really standing in for justice, or trying to stand in. And there's this life in this little hut by Bhaskar, in this little apartment, and his windows get thrown in, and the life of Amrish Puri's character, who's like playing cards, and it's completely separated from each other.
But it's very interesting. They could have made Amrish Puri's character just another upper class guy as well, but it's not a completely black and white movie, because Amrish Puri's character is also from a tribal community and also lower caste, and he gets this threatening phone calls. But he's someone who has entered that high class society.
Where he is,
and he wants to preserve that status for him as well. And that's fascinating. We have this really interesting relationship also between the two of them, because they know each other. In the courtroom they are on the opposite sides, but in real life they are kind of friends, because Amrish Puri's character
was mentored
by the father of Bhaskar. So that's a very interesting dynamic there. And in the beginning I thought, Amrish Puri plays these villain roles, but he's kind of in the middle. I mean, at the end you can also call him a villain, because he has to close his eyes in front of injustice.
But he's like one of these characters where you maybe would ask yourself What would I do in this situation? Because he's not a bad person per se. He's just doing his job. Yeah. But he has like this, he doesn't have the morale or the ethics that, especially in the end, that Bhaskar still has at his age. But maybe we don't know. Maybe it's like this typical story. Bhaskar will become something, maybe will become like him in like 20 years or something. Maybe you need to see what I've seen. But
maybe.
I don't know. He's not like he's not an evil person. Yeah.
I was wondering how much does he know, or I mean, he doesn't want to know. So he doesn't want to know.
How much does he look away?
He must assume, or he must have maybe a thought about that it's probably those in power that have raped and murdered the wife. He's like probably...
Yeah, he's maybe exaggerating a bit when he says like to Bhaskar, why does it need to be connected to the case and so on. And he's like really looking away for every possibility.
He's also protecting his position.
Yeah, definitely.
Because otherwise the other would just throw him out because he's still...
and as state prosecutor, that's really a high position, I think, to be the... But all the actors are great. I mean, we talked about Puri, but all these... I mean, there is a lot of... people talk much in this movie, but I loved everything else too, where they didn't talk that much. Because like you said, the eyes of Puri, or just the facial expressions and gestures of everybody, they just told me so much. It was great. You could really feel the fear that Bhaskar felt. You can feel what Dushan is like when he has the threatening phone call, what he's thinking, and before he like put the phone down, and of course on Puri, it's really, really great.
Naseeruddin Shah is fantastic. Just the frustration first on Puri's character doesn't talk to him, then he seeks out that editor of the magazine, and he doesn't talk to him,
and he gets beat up.
He seeks out the father of on Puri's character. They don't talk to him, and he's really so frustrated, and Naseeruddin Shah does a fantastic job here. The film is also just really natural, feels very authentic, super grounded, super, completely realistic drama.
Yeah, absolutely. It's if we didn't know that it was like directed by it's the directorial debut Nihalani, but it's very much in the vein of the movies that we've seen, like Ankur and Nishant, that he wrote. And I haven't seen Artsatya, but it's probably
also in that vein.
It's really a distinct voice, really a distinct part of Indian cinema. These movies,
so-called parallel cinema.
Parallel cinema,
Also, a really powerful scene is the dream sequence or / flashback sequence where Puri's character is in the prison and crawling or moving on the ground, and then we get the flashback where his wife was still alive, and we see Smita Patil, and that's where he talks for the first time. And in that scene we also see that he's probably not the nicest guy. I'm not sure if he was drunk in that scene, but he slaps his wife, I think. So it's not that the movie tries to make him super sympathetic. We have to have empathy with him. It's just it's a normal kind of guy, a little bit of.
But it's about the justice system. It's about this, what happened there, and so it's about the injustice that happens at this moment. The other things are, like we hinted at the beginning. I wished we could have gotten a little bit more of Smita Patil's character, but it's okay. So, anything else, or should we talk just a little bit about the ending? Let's talk about the ending.
Again, spoiler alert. This movie, like all of these movies, need to have, if they want to be, be regarded as great movies, there need to be something at the end that's really
like the gut punch.
The gut punch, and this movie has something like that. For me, this was an element that was surprising. I didn't see this coming.
When they do the rituals for when he does the ritual with his for his dead father, I was like expecting something to happen. I didn't know if he like tries to run away or if he like burns himself or something. Maybe I thought he does that. But what he then does is really... it's hard to stomach, actually. I'm still thinking about it, thinking what to think about it.
So his wife got raped and killed. His father dies towards the end of the movie, and he only has his younger sister and his child. And again, I myself feel very much related to Naseeruddin Shah's character. And for me, at the end, when he kills his sister, my first reaction is, what? Why did you do that? And I'm like, how should anyone be able to do something so horrible? But then, of course, you think about, and for him, he prefers his sister to be dead rather than her being raped and killed by the upper class. Yeah. And at first I thought I'm kind of losing my sympathy for Puri's character, but then I'm really not, because he's so oppressed, so traumatized. Sheer terrible desperation. The world is so horrible. Yeah. I don't justify this murder at all, but the movie's making a point, and that's a very powerful point. And I think it's also great that the movie kind of ends after that. There's one scene after it, and then the movie ends. I think if you would have done it earlier and then the movie's like 30 minutes, then it wouldn't work that well for me. But here, bam, what? Why did he do that? Okay, I get it. Yeah. And really powerful. And then we get the scene with Naseeruddin Shah and Puri. Yeah. Also a really powerful moment, because even though Puri's character is confronted with if I am getting killed, you still would you consider it as an accident, even though it's absolutely clear that it's related to this case? And Puri's character is like, I would still consider it as an accident because this is the status quo, it needs to be preserved. Yeah, absolutely. And then the movie just ends.
It ends with Bhaskar says, thank you very much, and then he just turns around and leaves, and it's like it ends with these complete separation between the two. This is probably the last time that they see each other outside of a court. Yeah. It's a great ending. It's like it's one of these endings. It kind of reminds me of the end of Unbreakable. I don't know, because it has this, like, you say you get up, you turn in front of towards the camera, and you go, and it's just a freeze frame. The movie's over. It's maybe be a little bit, but it's like this. Okay, and so now we're left as the audience and thinking about, okay, what will happen now? Maybe will this ever change? I don't know.
Yeah. Anything else? Camera work, pretty great, done by the director himself. There are a few songs. I really enjoyed the song during the opening credits.
Yeah. There's this one scene where Bhaskar is in his apartment, and he's like troubled and thinking about stuff, and we hear this song, and I thought this is not just when the moment comes and he turns the radio off, I didn't know that it's a song in the movie, and this was a kind of a nice scene, because I thought, it doesn't really fit like to have a song at this situation, and it really isn't a song. It's just from the radio, but it's kind of nice. Yeah.
We also get a song from Don. I showed it to you. Pan from Benares.
Okay. Forgot about it.
There's this car that drives around with the speakers, and that's playing the song.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Which was also for me like kind of, this is the popular cinema here, and joy and fun, but in the background there are these tribal people that are oppressed, and both these realities are there at the same time.
Completely,
so what would you say in German about Aakrosh?
I would say Aakrosh ist ein toll gespielter, kraftvoller und intensiver Film, der scharfe Kritik am korrupten politischen System und der Ausbeutung der Unterprivilegierten übt. Die Atmosphäre von Hilflosigkeit und Schrecken wird mich so schnell nicht loslassen.
I have pretty much the same content with different words. Yours better, I can already say, but Aakrosh ist ein intensives, same word, verstörendes und kraftvolles Drama. Eine herausragend gespielte, schonungslose Anklage an das unmenschliche System des Machterhalts. That's it. But it's pretty much the same. I give Aakrosh 8 out of 10. And it's more like 7.8, but I don't do that. I think just because 2 hours and 20 minutes, yeah. But yeah, it's still a great movie. But yeah, that's my rating for now.
For me, it's also 8 out of 10. It's more like 7.7, but I don't do that either.
I thought you would go higher, but yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
It's similar to, we watched Nishant by Shiam Benegal, and with that movie, I think we had the same.
Yeah, Nishant was the one that destroyed me at the end, where I thought I can't watch movies like this anymore.
Okay.
I still remember it because that ending just I thought, no, I can't watch this. Yeah, yeah. But did you know?
Yeah.
That in 2011. No, wait. Did you know that in the 2011 census in India, so the population count, there were 705 recognized scheduled tribes that had a total of 104.3 million members?
Okay, no, didn't know that.
And these are only the ones that scheduled tribes, because like the Adivasi that they are talking about in this movie, I think the people in these who live in the country only are counted as tribes when they are in like these small societies organized. I think there are probably, I don't know how many million people who aren't like organized, and so are they not called tribe. I don't know. But
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Please let us know in the comments below what you think about Aakrosh. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and also on Patreon, simply at TheJimmyCage.
And you can hit me up on Twitter at the Buddymeister.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like.
And make sure you hit that bell for all we have to tell.